A special thank you to Bearded Bison Hobbies for sending me this mini. Thanks, man. I love it. Greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of Let's Paint. I'm your host, Trooper6, and today we're going to go a little bit off the rails. And if y'all have been following me online, it won't be a shock to what I've got ready for you today. We've got a very special miniature provided to us by our good friends over at the Bearded Bison. I want to thank him again for sending me this beautiful model. Do not worry about the hair. It is sitting right off camera. It's going to make this very easy to paint, not having that in the way. And I want to say, as a personal clarification here, these little dots, that was not the mini. That was me outside trying to prime this thing, the dot there, and apparently it started to rain. And those were the tiniest little sprinkles of the raindrops, and yeah, it got me. It got me, man. I can't believe it, but it's okay. But the reason that we're doing a zero mini is because of the minis you see back here. Of course, we've got the original Blue Bomber himself, Mega Man. Doing crossovers apparently has just become my thing. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it before that I've been known for crossovers now. So here we are, little Blue Bomber. I like him, but I will say he's probably my least favorite out of the bunch. My second would be this Mega Man Zero era Zero. I should have left the shoulders off to keep the slimmer look of the reploids. Since I used the Phobos armor or Reaver armor, however you want. But it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I was trying a new technique with the blade, and this one didn't really pan out for me. The other side's a little better, but still it didn't really pan out for me. Of course, we're going to jump right here to this Blade Guard veteran. And if you know, you know. But if you don't, this is Proto Man. This is my rendition of a Proto Man. Even got Proto right there on the shield. Isn't that cute? Yeah, it's freaking adorable. I did like painting him. However, I would like to do another mini where he's more simplified. Not so much going on. The cloak will be missing. Or, in game he has a scarf. So having the Blade Guard with his little tabard there really worked out. But, like I said, I would like to do something a little more simple. Up next, we got the most recent addition to this little X family is Mega Man X himself in his little final armor. I had a lot of fun painting this one. In my opinion, it's debatably the best one to come out of my production here. He's just awesome to look at. I have trouble not looking at him right now. Whenever he's on my shelf, if I'm ever walking past it or anything like that. But today we have Mega Man X Series 0. So here we go. Definitely a little bit of a kit bash project. As you can see, I got a Praetor with a Power Axe head here from the Horus Heresy stuff. This shoulder is from the Firstborn Tactical Marines. This shoulder is, of course, from the Assault Intercessors. The body is a Hellblaster. This arm is from the Primaris Ancient, the one who's waving the banner. This arm, I want to say, is from the Hellblasters as well. And the backpack, of course, I don't know, probably Hellblasters. And then the base, of course, is just one of those Warhammer base boxes that I got. But we've killed almost 5 minutes with this intro and showing down on everything. So why don't we just get right in. We've got some new paints to go for today. We've got a bunch of Citadel paints. So here we go. We're going to start it off very simply, very straightforward. Let's get that back there. And we're just going to go right in. And as you can see, I am having to hold this one by hand because, well, my handy dandy little Citadel miniature gripper holder thing, the base is too big for that. Which honestly I feel kind of sucks. I wish it wasn't that case, because I like using that thing, but it's okay. If anything, that just brings us closer to the mini, makes it a little more personal. Still getting my handle on some of these contrasts. Right now we're using what is it, Black Templar? Yeah. Yeah. So we're going. Hi. I hope that everyone is doing all right. It's a little hot up here right now. Not gonna lie. Up in our family room / studio, where I do all my work. I don't get to do everything every night anymore. Sucks, man. I am facing a personal hardship. At least in my mind, it feels like a hardship. It kills me. It really does kill me. For those of you that know, I used to be able to crank out 5 to 7 miniatures a week. So basically like one a night. And maybe take a day or two break if I really felt like it. Sometimes I would just need time to reset or really pick out an idea, or maybe I just didn't have time, or maybe I really just needed a break, or just really didn't feel like painting that model. Like right now, I'm actually working on an Iron Hands. I spent half a session painting him. All I've really got was all the black. That was it. All I got was the black done. And I didn't touch anything else because, you know, I just didn't. So that's on me for coming down with the lazy. But it was also just a lack of motivation for it. I just wasn't feeling that many. I had just finished one of these Mega Man minis. I want to say I had just finished Proto Man. And I was going to go and try to paint it. And I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it yet. I've been stuck on this little Mega Man kick, which some people have been very much enjoying. Others, if they haven't said anything, which they don't have to anyway. But I've been very much enjoying them. It's kind of been a retroactive boost for me. Or not boost, but just when I was younger, I didn't grow up playing Mega Man like a lot of you might have. And I don't even really remember what brought it on. I think I started seeing some videos about it. That or I was just fishing around for games to play on my Switch. Either way, I bought the Mega Man X collection, and then I bought the Mega Man Zero collection on Switch, and I've been playing them ever since. Just because I felt like it, you know? Hadn't had much time for video games, didn't make much time for video games. But that's okay. I don't know, it wasn't on my mind. It really was not on my mind to do any video games. Gonna try to get in there. Should be an interesting miniature for today. One, I forgot to have a reference picture just in case. Two, if anybody was like, well, you shouldn't need a reference picture, you should know what he looks like. I mean, hell, you painted him. I painted a 40K rendition of him. So if anything, I don't remember. Like right now, I'm having trouble remembering if his body right here is black or white. And I'm pretty sure it's black because his little underwear should be white. It's not. His belt then. Maybe. I don't know. I took some liberties when it came to the when it came to the miniature, when it came to the Space Marine. But that's okay. We can always jump around just a little bit. So what we're going to do is jump around. We're going to get out this Bow Red. Look at that. Another new paint for me. I've already been using it a bit. It works very well. I like it. I like it very much. We're also going to... Ooh. I nicked the blade. That's okay. But still. What we were going to do for the blade is we were going to go with a darker green and just work our way up to white. Maybe blend that white down the blade. It depends on the sprite that you're looking at, or even the artwork. But either way, let's get this leg going. What do you say? Sound good? Yeah, I think that sounds good. And that's right, for today's music choice, we have the Mega Man X soundtrack going on. What I was starting to say earlier, right? So, when I was a kid, my first venture into any of the Mega Man, basically the Mega Man verse, was Mega Man Zero on the Game Boy Advance. I was gifted that, I want to say for Christmas. It might have been a birthday gift, or it might have just been a little special gift for doing something. I don't know. I don't remember what the circumstances were. I just know that I had gotten it. Although I'm fairly certain it was for Christmas. Either way, that was my first ever Mega Man game. And it was hard as balls. I couldn't beat it. Even to this day. I had to, thank God they have this ability, but you can turn on, your rookie hunter mode. And shit talk all you want, man, but I've had this weird thing about side scrollers ever since I was little. I don't know what it is with me and side scrollers, but my buddy Doug can definitely attest to this, but I suck at side scrollers, man. I've only beaten like maybe 2. Maybe. So yeah, that means I've never beaten a Mario game. I've never beaten a Sonic game. I hadn't beaten any of those. I beat Jazz Jackrabbit. I can say I have beaten that. As far as any of the others, I'm drawing a blank, and I want to say there's one more that I never think of. But I know I've beaten Jazz Jackrabbit plenty of times as a kid. And that was fun. Love Jazz Jackrabbit. Apparently not a lot of people remember that one. I've checked on Reddit, and it drives me nuts that no one has done anything. Or at least no one has chimed in saying, yeah, man, I remember that. If they did, I don't remember, and it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Oh, man. But, I turned on the Rookie Hunter thing. I've been playing the game. But I've been focusing on Mega Man X. I watched the Game Grumps play him. It always looked fun. Never really watched any friends play them. I thought about going back and just starting with like Mega Man 1, 2, 3, all the way up. And I was like, I don't really want to. I've always been more partial to the SNES rather than the NES. So I figured that's what I would just do. And whew, man, was I getting my ass kicked on Mega Man. My God. It's unreasonable how bad I was at it. And of course, practice makes perfect. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect with it, but I've gotten a lot better at it. And I still have my moments. However, I will admit, again, Rookie Hunter mode is turned on. It is. Again, slam me all you want. But that's just how Daddy had to get back into it, man. That, and I just don't have time to game like that anymore. I wish I did. I wish I had time to really put a bunch of hours into something like that, or at least just consecutive time. As lately, with those that are aware that I've had to return to work, unfortunately, along with my returning to work has gone all of my damn time. I work 12-hour shifts, so I wake up at 5 before my kids even get up. Makes it a lot easier to leave. I want to say less heartbreaking for them. Because I remember when I was working at a previous job and they would cry at the door whenever I left. But yeah, I wake up before they leave and I come home basically just in time to put them to bed. And that kills me, man. It absolutely racks my heart and breaks it and breaks me up inside. And having a year with them and then returning to work has really put things in perspective for me. And I won't get into it right now. We can always, we've been getting into it, but I won't get into more of it right now. We can always cover that in the next episode, really. Yeah, I just don't have time to game like that. I get 30 minutes tops at home to game, maybe. An hour if I feel like pushing it, and then, I sacrifice sleep. But it depends on how mad Mega Man's making me. Now that I'm more competent and I kind of know what I'm doing and I more or less remember where all the secrets are, I'm considering just starting it over in the normal mode. I'm not going to all of a sudden continue it in the normal mode because you can switch it on and off. And I don't think I'm going to do that for this run through that I'm doing. And I know they've had a thing, so it's slightly common knowledge that Japanese difficulty is just regular over there, but over here it's considered the hard mode. And normal mode over here is like easy mode in Japan. I actually did learn things like that from watching stuff like Game Grumps and whatnot. We're going to try to get this torso done for you before we call it. And then we will call it after that. Just to get the series moving along. I know I took like a 5-minute intro there. I did not mean to do that to y'all. I'm sorry. But it happens. I had a lot to say, I guess. Just wanted to express my excitement for this. Because if anything, I've been very much excited to get to this. This mini even showed up in record time. The only other person I've known to ship that quickly was honestly me. Not to toot my own horn, but yeah. They printed the model. Next day cleaned it. Next day shipped it. They might have even cleaned it and shipped it in the same day. I don't remember. But, you know, they kept close contact with me, which I thought was interesting. Not used to that at all. I'm used to just buying the thing and then being like, well, it's Etsy. It'll be here in like a month. I guess it depends on what you're getting. Sometimes it'll show up quicker than that. Also, I apologize for not keeping this mini really in frame all that much today. And since my mind just floated to it, I also want to apologize to everyone for the inconsistency in my scheduling for my upload. I had things, running more or less, not on a tight ship or anything like that, but I had things running pretty much on a regular. I would upload every Friday. Saturday if things just weren't going well, or if I just had other engagements to worry about, something like that. Because sometimes uploads, they just, for whatever reason, were taking forever. Something like that. And yeah, so now they've been very inconsistent all over the place. And there was almost a lapse again in recording and uploading, and I was not about to let that happen again. We already had a lapse in recording and uploading when it came to the first time. And I just wasn't going to have that. When we moved, I was like, that's enough. That's let's not have that again. But either way, hopefully we're back at it on the regular. This just comes down to scheduling, but we are off to a pretty decent start here. And I want to thank everyone for coming by. It's going to be a little bit of a short episode. I somewhat apologize for it. And I'm going to look at a reference picture real quick just to double check and to make sure that I am absolutely painting him correctly, because I don't want to screw that up. It's Zero. He's one of my favorites. Well, in the Mega Man series, he is my favorite, which is also ironic that I don't remember off the top of my head what his color scheme looks like. You can chew me out for that later. But in the meantime, everybody, y'all take it easy. I will see you next week. May the Void Father guide your brush. Please stay safe and healthy. And later.